Did you know that there is a powerful strategy used by multiple real estate investors in the US that allows them to scale their portfolio quickly with little to no money down? And in this video, we are going to reveal it to you. This is part 5 of our financial freedom through real estate course. For those of you who have completed the earlier parts of this course, congratulations for making it this far and give yourself a pat on the back. I mean, you could have chosen to spend your time watching a movie or play a game, but you chose to spend it with us to take your next step towards your own financial freedom. And for those who have not completed the earlier parts, I highly recommend that you do, because understanding the principles shared earlier will then allow you to fully appreciate this strategy that I am about to share with you. So please watch the earlier videos in this playlist if you haven't. The link is in the captions below. To summarize, in the introduction video, we explained who we are and what we do. We started as humble office job workers, but within 4 years, we managed to scale our property portfolio in the US from 0 to almost 20 properties, collecting 6-digit rent income a year and allowing us to quit our jobs in our 30s. We also explained the concept of cash flow and financial freedom. And in the earlier videos, we explained the fundamental principles that every cash flow property investor should have. Principle number 1, buy for cash flow. Beware of common money pits. Run your numbers and buy what the locals find affordable. Principle number 2, buy not just for cash flow, not just for appreciation, but for both. There are markets that give you both. It is a myth that they are mutually exclusive. Principle number 3, play Monopoly in real life. Aim to buy as many cash flowing houses as you can and raise the rents across the houses over the years. Principle number 4, see deals with your mind, not eyes. Ugly houses make good money. Run your numbers and know how much money you will make even before buying the house. Don't buy and hope that price goes up, because hope is not a good plan. We use these principles ourselves to become successful property investors. Now, are you ready for the secret sauce? The powerful strategy that helped thousands of real estate investors and us scale our property portfolio quickly with little to no money down. Again, I want to emphasize that it is important to understand the principles we shared in the earlier videos to fully appreciate this strategy. Alright, drum roll. The secret strategy is a method called BRRRR. Buy, rehab, which means renovate, rent, refinance, repeat. You can Google the BRRRR strategy in real estate. It's not invented by us. It is a popular and proven strategy used by thousands of successful real estate investors in the US. Investors call it the BRRRR. So when I say the BRRRR strategy, it means the BRRRR. Let's illustrate how this works with a real life example that we did. We bought this house for only $51,000 in 2020 because it was really ugly. And like what we said in principle number 4, ugly houses make good money. We put in about $49,000 to renovate it, and after that its value was forced up to its nicely renovated neighbors on the street, which was $146,000. So we instantly made a forced appreciation of about $46,000, and that's 46% of our capital investment. Now, the next step of the BRRRR strategy is to rent out the house. This house rents out at $1,375 a month. The next step of the BRRRR is to do a refinance. In the BRRRR strategy, a refinance means a cash out refinance, where a lender lends you a portion of the property's value as cash. The lender will put a mortgage on the property, taking the property as collateral, and lend you 60 to 70% of the property's current value or equity as cash. You can see it something like a home equity loan. So for this property, because its current value was $146,000, we went to the lender and the lender was willing to lend us about $80,000 in cash. However, we only took out $70,000 in cash because that was all we needed for our next deal. So we invested a total of $100,000 to buy and renovate this house. The bank then gave us a $70,000 loan as cash. So effectively, we only have $30,000 of capital left sitting in the property. I know what you are thinking, but now we have a mortgage payment, right? Wouldn't that eat up our cash flow? Well, that is the beauty of the types of properties we buy in the US. They cash flow even after deducting the mortgage payment because of the high rent to price ratio. With the rent of $1,375 a month, even after minusing mortgage and other expenses, this property still cash flows at $626 a month. In a year, with $626 per month of cash flow for only $30,000 of capital input, that is a 25% net rental yield. And this is on top of our 46% forced appreciation. Sounds good, right? But that's still not the best part. The best part is, what do we do with the $70,000 cash that we got as a loan from the bank? This $70,000 was used to cover the full down payment of our next property, which was a duplex, meaning 2 houses with a shared wall, called semi-D in Singapore. So with no extra money taken from our pockets, we now have the first house and a duplex. That's 3 houses for the price of 1. Can you see how we scale our portfolio with little to no money down? The duplex was bought fully with the equity from the first property. We didn't need to come up with a single cent extra to buy the duplex. So recap the BRRRR strategy. Buy, renovate, rent, refinance, and the last step is to repeat. Do the same thing again. Find a beat up property, fix it up, cash out refinance, and buy your next property with the cash out money. Like in this example we just showed you, with just 30k in each property, how many properties can you buy? Let me show you another example. This is another property that we own, which we also showed in one of our earlier videos. We bought this in 2023 for 142.5k. We put in 42.5k of renovation, so all in that is 185k. The nicely renovated neighbors on the street were all going at about 230k. So indeed, we did an appraisal in 2024, and this property was appraised at 233k. So we went to the lender to do a 60% loan to value cash out refinance. This allowed us to pull out about 135k in cash. This 135k was used as the 100% purchase price of another house. So we literally bought another house for no extra money, simply using the cash out money from the first house. That's like buying 2 units for the price of 1. 50k of capital investment to own 2 houses, of which only one is on mortgage, the other is actually owned in full cash. While this sounds fantastic, I know some people may still find 50k a challenging amount to cough out. So let me show you another deal that is gonna blow your mind. We bought this 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom house for only 79.5k. Why was it so cheap? Again, because it was ugly. As you can see, we just keep repeating the same strategy over and over again. We spent $16,000 to renovate it. With the 79.5k purchase, in total we spent about 95.5k. As usual, even before we bought it, we noted that properties along the street were selling at around 150k. So we knew that this property would be worth around that value after repair. In 2022, the property was appraised at 160k. And we did a 60% cash out refinance, pulling out 100k in cash. Now guys, we put in 95.5k to buy and renovate this house. Now the bank has just given us 100k in cash back. What is happening here? Did our bank account increase or decrease after buying the property? It went up by 5k, right? So now we have the property, we have 5k more in our bank than before we bought the property. We got back more than what we put in. And this property still cash flows positively every month, even after mortgage. It rents out at $1,475 a month, and the mortgage is only about $600 plus a month. So after minusing mortgage and operating expenses, this property still cash flows at over $600 a month. So not only did we gain this asset, we gained an extra $5,000 in our bank after buying the asset. And this property still puts $600 over in our bank account as net cash flow every month. Wow! Since we got back more than what we put in, this property is literally free, yet it is generating positive cash flow for us every month. So what is your return on investment in this deal? You take your annual cash flow, divide by your capital investment. But our capital investment is 0. Punch that into your calculator and it will give you an error. It is infinity. Our ROI is infinity because the property is free, yet it is paying us every month. So once again, what do we do with the 100k that we received as cash out refinance in our bank? Repeat, we buy another property. We use the 100k to cover the full down payment of another duplex, meaning 2 more houses. So once again, it is a buy one, get 2 free scenario. Can you see how we scale with the BRRRR strategy? You buy an ugly house, renovate it to force up the value, rent it out to collect cash flow, take a cash out refinance of the increased equity, and with this cash out money, buy your next property. How do you reach the Jedi Master level of the BRRRR strategy?
So let me show you the Jedi Master of the BRRRR strategy. Imagine you buy a distressed house at $80,000, fix it up for $15,000. Your all-in capital is $95,000. Now, you know how much it will appraise for because that's what the comps in around the neighborhood is selling for, which is about $160,000. You rent it out and refinance it, pull 70% out of it, and get a $100K cash out refinance in your pocket, and still cash flow at $610 a month after paying for your mortgage and expenses. Let me ask you, if you do such a deal, is it repeatable? What are the conditions that allows you to repeat this over and over again? Condition number 1. After the cash out refinance, it must produce positive cash flow so that instead of you paying for the property can fund itself. Therefore, it is repeatable. And even better if it can pay you every single month. Alright? Now, condition number 2. That your cash out money must be more than or equal to the amount that you initially put in so that you are not depleting your capital all the way. With these two conditions at play, my question to you is, will you ever run out of cash flow by doing this repeatedly? Will you ever run out of capital if you do this repeatedly? And what can stop you from repeating this over and over and over and over again? This becomes a perpetual infinite BRRRR where you buy one property and then you fix it up. You can keep repeating this model over and over again because you never run out of cash flow, you never run out of capital. Take a look at this diagram over here. You can have 20 houses in 10 years with the capital of just one rental house. Assuming you do one BRRRR deal every year, you will have 5 houses in 5 years using just the price of one house. Isn't that crazy? Now, what happens after the 5th year? Presumably, in 5 years, your rental property would have gained enough equity from the principal paydown and the market appreciation to allow you to do the second round of cash out refinance. So in the 6th year, you can actually do another cash out from the same house that you cashed out 5 years ago. Which means by the 6th year, you can actually buy 2 houses with no new capital in. And what happens in the 7th year? You can do another cash out refinance on your second rental property, which means you can buy 3 houses in your 7th year with no new capital. And on your 8th year, you will have 11 houses. On your 9th, 15 houses. On your 10th year, 20 houses. Imagine if each house produces $500 of cash flow every month. That is $10,000 of cash flow every month for you with 20 houses. Isn't that mind-blowing?
Brilliant!
Hey guys, we have come to the end of the Financial Freedom Through Real Estate course, the free course. We hope you gain valuable insights through the 4 principles to help you be a property tycoon and achieve financial freedom. And the 4 principles, to summarize, are: principle number 1, buy for cash flow. Don't only bank on appreciation, and buy what the locals find affordable. Principle number 2, buy in markets with both cash flow and appreciation. Principle number 3, play Monopoly in real life. And lastly, principle number 4, see deals with your mind, not your eyes. Plus, we also explain the BRRRR strategy and why US provides multiple benefits for cash flow investors.
In the introduction video, we also shared that we came from just humble backgrounds. We were just office job workers working 9 to 5. But in a short span of 4 years, we managed to grow our US cash flowing rental property portfolio from 0 to almost 20 houses and achieve financial freedom in our 30s. Now that we have given you the fundamental principles for real estate investing for cash flow, as well as illustrated to you the BRRRR strategy that we executed ourselves with our own real life examples, are you ready to take your next step towards your financial freedom? Embrace change and take that first step. It wasn't easy for us to navigate all the ropes of remote investing. We spent a few years, but we managed to do it. And now we are here to make sure you don't make the same mistakes that we did to shorten your path towards your financial freedom. We hope you enjoyed this course. We tried to squeeze as much value as we can into this course. If you liked it, please help us by smashing that subscribe and like button down below. You can also share this with your friends who are interested in achieving financial freedom. You can also leave any comments or questions down in the comment section below. We will be sure to answer all of them.
So if you think US real estate is something for you, check out our masterclass below. Alright, the link is down below. And if you have any questions, you can always email us at admin@bitesizeinvestments.com. Email also down below. Right? So I thank you for your time and I see you in the next one. See ya.